Okay, but I want a competition between you and Dad right now. Who can lift their leg the highest?
All right, everybody, good morning. Welcome back to our channel. So, second day of school here today. Wanted to give you an update though. We've got ourselves, oh, can you hear it? That was a truck, false alarm. We got ourselves a flash flood warning this morning, flash flood. Lucky for us, we are up on a hill, so I don't see we're gonna see any floods, okay? But just in case, I built an ark. You know what an ark is? It's a boat. And we're gonna take two of everything, so we need to find a second one of you. Luckily, we have two of those two over there, so we're golden. So, flash floods today here in Utah. Hoping for the best, however, grateful for the rain because we are in a severe drought over here, as you guys have seen. Many of the lakes are low, and we've got a couple forest fires, so grateful for the rain. But we're gonna get these little kids off to school and off to recess. What's with your face?
I'm both tired.
Ready to go to your second day of school?
Yeah.
The days have been flying by ever since school started. I haven't even picked up the camera today to talk about anything at all. You would think with school starting that I would have all this extra time with my kids being at school all day, but I'm still picking up Landon at lunchtime and getting him to and from PT, which is about 2.5 hours of driving every single day. But I'm actually picking up.
It's incredibly windy and rainy outside.
Can you believe this weather? It's crazy.
Goes off and on.
We have a severe thunderstorm warning, which I talk about this a lot on the vlog, but Utah doesn't get storms, so it's so exciting. It's just pouring thunder, lightning. Picking up Ash early today and Ava as well because school's almost out, but I'm taking him to an emergency orthodontist appointment. I called yesterday. He has an expander at the top of his mouth and he's actually all done with the expansion part of it. We've cranked it 20 times. He has to wear it for a couple more weeks before he gets his braces on. But I looked in his mouth yesterday and I saw this big sore at the top of his mouth and I thought that doesn't look good. It was white in the middle. So I called the orthodontist's office. I said, I need to get Ashton in. There's something at the top of his mouth. And she kind of asked me some questions about it. So I opened his mouth again and looked in there and I said, wait a second. And I felt really silly. I said, that is not a sore at the top of his mouth. That is a tooth coming in. So he has this molar that clearly doesn't have enough room to come in, hence the reason we're doing an expander. And one side of the molar is poking through on this side of the expander and the other side of the molar is poking through on this side of the expander. So, I don't know what they're gonna do, but she got us in for an emergency orthodontist appointment today. We're gonna take Ashy in and figure out what they're gonna do with this silly little tooth that doesn't know where to go. Can you believe this weather? I'm so glad you brought a jacket today. Are you speechless? Is this the craziest storm you've ever seen in your whole life?
I swear that's hail. I swear that's hail.
Might be. Oh my gosh, it's hail. We are getting hail. It is hailing so loud right now that you can't even hear me very well. Okay, we just found out that there are severe thunderstorm warnings, flood warnings, 60-mile-per-hour winds, hail, and a possible tornado watch. So, I don't know what's more of an emergency here, Ashton's tooth or all this crazy weather.
I would say all this crazy weather.
That's kind of cool.
Those cookies.
All right, we're back from the orthodontist. Disaster averted. Turns out it's completely fine. Yes, the tooth is coming in, but it just poked through on one side, poked through on the other side. And he said that it won't come in any more than that because of other teeth that are blocking it. So apparently having the spacer right in front of it doesn't matter. He's completely fine. It wasn't a wasted trip because we got a chocolate chip cookie and that makes every trip to the orthodontist worth it. Ava, in other news, is starting her dance team. We just went to the meeting to find out all the details for this year, and she got her very first pair of turn shoes. Ava, show us a turn in your new turn shoes. Oh my heavens, those shoes are magic. Okay, but I want a competition between you and Dad right now. Who can lift their leg the highest? No, you have to go side by side so we can see the height you're getting, Dad.
I think I broke my leg.
Ava, I think you win. Good try, Dad. Truth is, any flexibility Ava has comes from this guy. He's a hurdler, very flexible, zero flexibility.
All right, you guys, day 2 of back to school in the books.
I've come to the conclusion that Ava loves first grade. First grade is also
Tired.
exhausting. I keep teasing her all day. She comes home so tired.
And a little grumpy maybe sometimes.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills.
But everyone's loving school. It's off to a great start.
Guys, rain has been coming down here in Utah very, very bad. So before we close tonight's video, I wanted to give you a quick little update on Lake Powell because I did not get a chance. You have probably not seen me lately on the videos. I've been a little MIA. I was in Lake Powell on my annual guys trip with a group of friends. And then when I got back, I've just really been busy at work. So I haven't had a chance to jump on a video. But there's something that happened in Lake Powell that's honestly, looking back, incredibly grateful that it wasn't worse. But we were surfing in one of our favorite canyons. And I was surfing and my buddy Chris was driving the boat, and we hit a rock, like a big rock underneath the water, maybe about 3 feet under the water. With the water level being so low, there are certain parts of the lake now that are a little more exposed. And anyway, unfortunately, it just was we just hit a rock, right? That's not the worst part though. The worst part is that one of our friends was sitting on the bow of the boat and just kind of watching us surf. And when we hit, of course, you know, the whole boat came to a halting stop and he was thrown overboard and the boat went over the top of him. Now, what's interesting is he said about 30 seconds before this happened, he had a thought come to himself that said, if I were to fall off this boat, what would I do? So when it happened, he knew what he was supposed to do. He said, remembers the boat going over the top of his head. He flipped on his back and just pushed up with his feet on the boat and pushed away from the boat. There was a brief 20 seconds it felt like that we were just panicking saying, where is he, where is he? And he came out completely fine. He didn't get hurt, nothing. So that was
Absolute miracle.
terrifying, but yes, an absolute miracle.
That could have turned out very differently.
However, the boat, on the other hand, did not miraculously make it out at all. We ripped off the propeller and
Prop killer.
the prop shaft, the strut. I mean, we were stranded 5 hours away from the marina.
They were really far out there.
Yeah, lucky for us, we had a series of wonderful people come and help us out to get back to the lake. And then, you know, I feel like it was a little serendipitous because I ran into a man who ended up helping us get, he was the one that helped us the last, you know, little bit to the marina. And hearing his story, he has a really cool story. He has 9 kids and his daughter, 21 years of age, passed away last year. She had epilepsy and she was in a hot tub. She had somewhere 50 seizures a day. She was in a hot tub and unfortunately she had a seizure in the hot tub and passed away. And so I had a chance to connect with him and talk to him a little bit about that and share with him our story. And so it just felt like the whole experience, while it could have been worse than it was and could have been a bitter experience to kind of ruin our day, you know, the 11 of us got together and we just made the best of it and ended the night with some great people. And they towed us in and we ended up taking him and his daughter to dinner and just saying Sweet Caroline to our heart's content on the way over there. So great time in Lake Powell. Wanted to give you guys just a little update, at least highlights of the trip. Anyway, so the next morning, just so you guys are, if you're curious about the boat, so the next morning we actually woke up and we went to work trying to find somebody to refix the boat. And sure enough, found somebody and it was not cheap, but we collectively were able to get it all figured out. And then we were back on the lake about 2 o'clock that afternoon. So not a complete bust, but a really unique and good experience and a learning experience too. So
He was with such a good group of guys. They had so much fun. He showed me all the pictures, all the videos.
tons of fun.
Such a good time. But just to put this whole thing into perspective, Lake Powell is officially closed. About a day or 2 after Justin left, they closed Lake Powell. They said they'll take boats off of it, but they won't put any on.
Water's too low. Really sad, actually.
Crazy.
Well, guys, we're gonna put these kiddos to bed because now that summer's over, back to school schedules, it means back to, you know, little organization in our household. So
I'm getting up
earlier
earlier than
bedtimes.
we like.
Yes. So thanks for hanging out with us today. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to our channel. Smash the like button on all our videos, not just this one. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.